April Fool's Day. We're going to play a game. You know we love a game. This one's called April Fool's or September Reality. Tim Hasselbeck and Jeff Darlington are here to play. So, guys, I'm going to give you a headline, and you tell us if it's an April Fool's joke or if it will become a September reality. First up, Giants quarterback Russell Wilson, ready for Week 1. Jeff, start with you. April Fool's or September reality? You know, I'm going to go September reality on this one. We talked about this earlier in the show, and there's an important factor in play. The Giants still hold the 3rd overall pick in the draft. They could select a quarterback there, but they also have 2 veteran options in Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson. If they do draft a QB, it won't be a foregone conclusion that he starts immediately. It would take time for development. To me, that makes Russell Wilson the most likely Week 1 starter for New York. Tim, do you agree? September reality for me as well. If the Giants take a quarterback, Wilson is still there for a reason, to mentor and be a veteran presence, much like when Eli Manning was drafted and Kurt Warner was a starter. This is how successful organizations manage transitions. I think the Giants follow that model again. Next headline, Aaron Rodgers prepares to watch Week 1 from his couch. April Fool's or September reality? I actually think this is a September reality. Tim says, a lot of talk about Rodgers and the Steelers, but I don't think he's holding them up. Both sides need to align on timing, and if Pittsburgh drafts a QB high, Rodgers might not be interested. If that happens, I could see him walking away from football altogether. Jeff shakes his head. I'm going April Fool's. Even if Rodgers isn't playing, he's not going to be sitting on his couch. He'll be in Indonesia on some sort of retreat. But realistically, I think he plays this season, and I believe he'll end up in Pittsburgh. Steelers ownership has hinted at progress in trade talks, so I see this deal getting done before Week 1. Now, Travis Hunter excited to catch passes from Drake May. April Fool's or September reality? Jeff is torn. I'm going to say September reality, but it's not a lock. Travis Hunter is a special talent, and if the Giants don't go quarterback at number 3, he could go even earlier. There's also the question of whether he plays cornerback or wide receiver, but I can definitely envision him catching passes from May and September. Tim agrees. September reality as well. Hunter could go earlier, but if he lands in New England, it changes the whole dynamic for them. They've struggled to surround their QBs with elite weapons, and he would immediately change that. Also, with Mike Vrabel's history as a player who caught touchdowns despite being a defensive guy, I think Hunter would get a shot on offense. Last headline, Eagles grounded. First tush-push flag thrown. April Fool's or September reality? This feels like an April Fool's joke. Jeff says, I just don't see the rule change happening. The NFL hasn't banned it yet, and if they wanted to, they would have done it outright instead of tabling discussions for later meetings. If the Eagles keep running within the rules, there won't be a flag. Tim chimes in, I feel like I'm living in April Fool's just based on how much time has been spent debating this play. Only 2 teams in the league run it successfully. If the NFL is worried about aesthetics, well, the kneel down isn't a good-looking play either, and we're not banning that. Some teams are simply better at executing it. That's football. Meanwhile, major news in golf. Tiger Woods has announced he's healthy and will play in the Masters next week. Just kidding. Asterisk April Fool's asterisk. Woods was just having some fun on social media, but plenty of fans weren't amused. Back to football. Asterisk the Giants' quarterback dilemma at the number 3 pick star. Head coach Brian Dable speaks on the state of their QB room, saying, asterisk, we'll see what happens over the next month. We're going to add the best players we can and develop whoever is in the room. Asterisk. At the NFL owners' meetings, Jeff Darlington provides insight. The Giants structure their offseason to give them flexibility at number 3. They signed Jameis Winston and Drew Lock to backup deals, then brought in Russell Wilson, who could be a starter. This way, they're not forced to take a QB if they don't love the options available. Tim weighs in on what the Giants should do. If Shatter Sanders and Travis Hunter are both available, I'd take Hunter. He helps Wilson perform better immediately, and they've already invested in Malik Neighbors. The Giants' moves indicate they're comfortable at QB for now. meaning they could go in another direction with the third pick. Another major topic from the owners' meetings, the proposed tush-push ban. Eagles coach Nick Sirianni defends it, saying, asterisk, we coach it like any other QB sneak, and the injury data backs us up. Asterisk Cowboys coach Brian Schottenheimer adds, asterisk, it's not the most beautiful play, but we'll see what the league decides. Asterisk, Jeff reports that the rule change was tabled, not outright dismissed. The NFL needed 24 votes to ban it, but they didn't get them. Instead of scrapping it, they're delaying the vote. That tells me there's still a chance it gets banned before the season. Tim is unimpressed. The NFL has never been ahead of the curve on injuries. Kickoff rules took years to change, even with clear data. The argument that it doesn't look good is weak. Are we banning ugly plays now? This is about personnel. Teams good at it are succeeding because of strategy, not loopholes. Shifting gears to Chicago, the Bears hold the number 10 pick and are building around second-year QB Caleb Williams. GM Ryan Poles speaks with SportsCenter, emphasizing, asterisk, we're looking for impact players who dictate the game. Our offensive line additions will help Caleb take the next step. Asterisk, asked about Williams' development, Poles says, asterisk, his relationship with Ben Johnson will be key. Ben's creativity in Detroit helped Jared Goff play the best football of his career. We expect the same growth from Caleb. Asterisk, and of course, the important question, asterisk deep dish or tavern-style pizza. Asterisk Poles, a New York native, admits, asterisk, I like deep dish occasionally, but I'll always prefer New York style. Asterisk, Tim reacts, I respect him sticking to his roots. But the football takeaway is clear. Chicago's investments in the O-line and scheme should set Caleb Williams up for success. They're building the right way, and now it's about execution. That wraps up a packed show, April Fool's jokes, quarterback controversies, and a battle over pizza. The countdown to the NFL draft continues, and every move matters as teams shape their futures.